Hello, and welcome to the Blamb Dino Jam, live from here. Okay, I'll admit it, that was corny. I apologize. Anyway, I'm just super duper uber excited today. Not only that, but I also had 2 amps already, so I'm kind of hyped up on caffeine. It's kind of crazy. So, let's see, what's on the list for today? So yeah, I'm settling back into home. Still haven't found a job yet, but that's not a huge deal. I'm gonna keep working on it and just kind of try to survive off of the small amount of money that I have left in my bank account. Some amazing things have actually happened though in the last 24 hours or so. First thing being, I found out I could give blood. So actually today I went and I gave blood a couple hours ago, and I ended up doing what they call a double red, which means that I gave twice as much red blood cells as a normal donation gives. So they hooked me up to this machine, and it kind of runs my blood through a machine as it's taking it out, and it just sucks out the red blood cells, and then they periodically pump the plasma back into my body. It's kind of weird. I'm like, I've never actually been hooked up to a machine like that before because I've never actually needed to go to the hospital. So it was kind of like being on a dialysis machine or something, but instead of trying to help me, it's to help other people. So, I felt like I kind of could do a good deed. I've wanted to give blood for a long time because I haven't been able to with all my travels, and finally, I could. I can't give for another 112 days though because when you give double reds, you have to wait a longer period of time before you can donate again. But I highly suggest to anyone who's thinking about doing it. I got out of the chair and I felt completely fine. Also, the setups that they have now are much more comfortable than those long tables that they used to just lay you out on. Now they actually have like chairs that you're sitting in. It's kind of comfy. It's like a lazy boy for blood donation. So if you were in Vampire's Castle, then it would be perfect because, you'd be comfortable while you're dying. The other really awesomely, amazingly cool thing that happened, so I randomly entered into a radio competition with Pix 106 and Channel 1031 locally, and not really thinking, I've never won anything in my life, people, okay? And for some odd reason, luck or karma or something out there and liked me for a split second in time, and it just happened to be when they were pulling out the name, and I won. So me and 7 of my friends get to go to a almost private party, invite only party tonight at Jillian's in Albany, and we get free limousine ride there, Jameson party packs for all 8 of us, and invitations to this shindig. It's the Halfway to St. Patty's Day party. And it's like worth $1,500, and I'm like, holy crap! I can't believe that I actually won something for once. It's kind of nuts. So that should be pretty amazing for me and my friends. It's kind of the first time that anything like that's happened, and we all get to act like high rollers at a bar, which doesn't usually happen because we're usually the cheap ones. And so it goes. It'll be awesome. So I just have one thing to say about going out tonight. Let's get down! I can see you all laughing out there. Especially you, Colombian woman. Anyway, yeah, so that was pretty freaking fantastic when I found out about that, and I'm really excited about tonight. Leave at 5, get back at 10, so it should be a brief little Thursday outing, but a good time nonetheless. Some other not so great stuff. Apparently I look just like my sister. Or rather, my sister looks like me because she was born after me, and therefore I win the prominent thing. But either that makes me look feminine or her look kind of manly, or we just maybe potentially share some similar features. It never really came about in my mind until I lost the weight, I guess. And apparently, since she's always been skinny and tiny, and I'm finally a little bit skinnier, our faces look a lot alike, and some people have referred to some of our pictures as being the Lamb twins. So, yay, Jen, we look alike. Other not so great thing, what the hell is the thing with the government bailing out all these companies that are worth billions upon trillions of dollars? I just don't understand how these companies got so huge and they can't even sustain their own weight and mass that they actually have to have the taxpayers bail them out. It's retarded, okay? That's the bottom line. Like, the government is now making all these companies own, well, not even own, we're just bailing out freaking billionaires. Like, that's the deal. Like, you guys, me, specifically my generation, are going to be the ones that are paying the trillions upon trillions of dollars into the tax thing just so that these companies could get bailed out and not have to close. Yeah, okay, a bunch of mortgages would get slashed, we'd have a lot of issues with some people, but I'm telling you, this is the problem with credit, people. Don't take money that you don't have, otherwise you're going to end up in the pooper. And nobody likes being in the pooper, especially after the really fat guy just got done in there. And AIG is the fat guy in this scenario. He's ruining it for everyone. Along with, Merrill Lynch, who may have collapsed or whatever, and Lehman Brothers crashing, Morgan Stanley going down the tubes, and those two that got bought out a few weeks back, Fannie Mae and Harvey Mack, or whatever the other guy's name was that started the other one. Bottom line, we're screwed. I wish there was a loophole that would allow me not to pay taxes, but there's not. So our generation is going to get screwed majorly hardcore with a murder stick. Yes, I said murder stick. It's a baseball bat with nails through it. But yeah, so that's all the bad stuff I really want to talk about. I don't usually like to ramble about governments and politics and that kind of stuff. So, in other news, Batman! Batman was awesome. I got to go last night with my old friend John. We went and kicked it out, and it was awesome. We were the only two in the theater for the majority of the show. The guy in the background who was touching himself left a little while after we walked in. So the two of us just enjoyed watching it. Heath Ledger did an amazing job. It was an amazing tribute to him. I know that he may not have wanted to go down being known as the Joker, but he did a fantastic job, and I don't think anyone, not even Jack Nicholson, could have done the same as him. Is it Nicholson or Nicholas? Nicholas is the golfer. So yeah, Batman was amazing, and it completely caught me off guard at points, which is great because that keeps me on my toes and it makes it more enjoyable for me. So yeah, I'm very glad that I got to go see it in the theaters. I thought it would be out of theaters by the time I got home. Unfortunately, it wasn't. So it was awesome. But basically, that's all I really had to say for today, September. I don't have a clock or a thing that says time or date. That's all I really had to say for today, which is September. It's a Thursday, and I don't know the date. So, I'm gonna go out and party hardy. I don't know about you guys, but I'll let you know how it goes, especially if I end up with some supermodel or something, because, I'm just that hot.